Welcome to our garden tour, August 4th, 2025. On the arch, we have honeysuckle and some morning glories. And then going over here, we have sunset cosmos. And then they're really pretty this year. They're just really big and bunchy. And then over here, we have some creeping thyme. And then an echinacea trying to come back. And then we have some zinnias down here and more zinnias, and then coneflowers. And then we have some, is this fennel or dill? We have fennel. And then we have more zinnias. You can tell we like zinnias. And then we have lots of sunflowers. And then we have some feverfew. And then we have calendula. We make like salve and oils out of that. And we have more sunflowers. And then we have some hibiscus that is coming back finally. And then we have more zinnias and more sunflowers, of course. And then we have milkweed and more sunflowers. And then we have the flower that I don't remember. Yes, the love in a mist. And then we have, what are these called again? Those are like the night and day. Yeah, flower of the hour. And then we have some zinnias and salvia. Then over here we have a rose that is just struggling, but it's also going to bloom again, hopefully. We have more milkweed, and then we have this balloon flower that's really fun. That's the open one. I don't see.
It was doing better before.
Yeah, but it usually have little balloons and they pop open. Then we have some really pretty comfrey. Quick note, don't ever plant 2 plants of comfrey. Only one. Yeah, but still. It very invasive. But still. What is this? This is a plant. Yes, a giant hyssop. It's very pretty. Yes. Then we have some really pretty ombre sunflowers and more zinnias. Guess what? More sunflowers. And more zinnias. And then we're going to go right here. We have some black-eyed Susans. They are really fun because they're like trick you out with like the inside. It's like a black hole. And then if we go back up the aisle, we have salvia. And then we have black-eyed Susans over there. Did I already tell you that? Black-eyed Susans over there. More sunflowers. We have some Russian sage, salvia. This is yarrow. It's really pretty right now. And we have coneflower, also called echinacea. And then we have some hollyhocks that are really late to the season, but they're coming. And then we have salvia, right? Speedwell. Then if you look under here, yeah, Veronica. And then we have some creeping ginny, and then sedum. And then over here we have yarrow. We have, it's like I know it, mullein. And then we have delphinium and salvia and roses. Oh no!
He's so happy in the garden.
Probably from the storm. I painted that, by the way. It's very pretty, isn't it? And then we have some more zinnias. And yes, it's very pretty. Then if you go through the gateway of sunflowers and more sunflowers, and then we have some milkweed right here, and then the hollyhocks on both sides. Then we have,
I don't know how to explain its first year hollyhocks.
oh yeah, so you plant them. You plant the hollyhocks the first year. They don't usually come up, but the second year, yeah, they don't usually bloom, but they come up. And then on the second year, they bloom really big, and on the third year, they don't usually bloom,
on the third year
and then they die.
So we're on the first.
Oh, we are?
These are first year because they.
Oh yeah. Then we have a white rose. It's really pretty. Usually, you can see right here we have raspberries, but they're kind of out of season right now. Then we have our wild bed over here. We have echinacea, and then we have grasses and rhubarb. and asparagus, and then some wild things live here, like animals. And then we have like a butterfly bush that was back there somewhere. I think it died. Yeah. Then, oh yeah, we have the hen and chicks back there too. Ants. And then we have some volunteer sunflowers. Just so you know, we didn't plant any of these sunflowers. They're all volunteer. And then they just came back. And then over here in our second vegetable bed, I guess, this is our flower vegetable bed, we have really pretty zinnias. And you can see some cucumbers. Hey, it came back. And then we have sunflowers, and then these are morning glories. If you look right here, this is a new one. Kind of looks like a unicorn horn. And then this is the old one. So they're just going to bloom, and then they'll be really pretty. We have dill in here, and then there's a hidden pickle factory back there. It's really fun. Then we have all of our cucumbers, and it's really fun because, like, you never know if you're going to find a big one or a small one, because you never know. And then we have more sunflowers. Then if we come over here, we have some, Mom, you can tell them what that is. I forgot. It's like a pokey bush. We'll come back to it. And then we have more of the pokey stuff. Then we have some lettuce that is really yummy. We have radishes that I need to weed. And then we have beets up here. Huh? Just a few. They're doing good, but they're not coming up yet. No beets out of the ground. We have more lettuce. And then we have more sunflowers. I want to name this. I can't. And then we have beans over here, my volunteer beans. Over here you can see, and then the ground cherry. We have carrots, milkweed, zucchini. There's more zucchini up here. It is coming along. We have 4 plants. Then we have a sleeping bee and everything. If you look right there, he's like, I'm sleeping. Don't wake me up. Then we got to go this way. We have the Jerusalem artichoke. That is very annoying, but it's really pretty. We took out this whole bed. Yes. Then we have my tomatoes. Maybe put some sad music on here because the sprayers came through and they hurt them. But we still have tomatoes. Then we have a ground cherry plant that I keep thinking that there's ground cherries in. And then we have our wild bed of sunflowers. We have some light colored sunflowers right here. I've never seen before. It's like they're sun bleached. Then we have milkweed, some regular sunflowers for the monarch caterpillars, and for the swallowtails, and that they just, and whenever they're real butterflies, they like the flowers, don't they? And then we have asparagus and gnats. We have some asparagus, good cat toys, I think. And then we have strawberries that are out of season right now, and they're coming back up, even though we pulled them out. And then if we look right here, this is my favorite one. This one is like a sunset one. And then we have compost piles with zucchini in them. And that is our August 2025 garden tour. Thank you.